Hi everybody, this is John. Welcome back to the Origin Factory. We're doing a little quick video for a little product update for a new release. But before we get to that, please do what you can to help our channel out. We're only 2 months old. All the little stuff that you can do for a channel on YouTube helps us immensely with us being new. Like, comment, subscribe, all that happy fun stuff. Anyways, so what we're talking about today is, let's get the camera in there best we can, is this guy here. So Vanquish is calling this the H10 Optic. There's two liveries. One is a black cage with black and blue graphics with a Sparko sponsorship. And the other livery is the one you see on the screen here, which is Yokohama in red with a gray chassis. I chose this color. The main reason I chose this color was the gray chassis. I like that because I think it's going to film well and show up better in pictures. Black on black over shadows and stuff, you kind of start to lose the definition in photos. You start to lose some of the imagery. So when you have a nice contrast like that with the silver against the shadows, it's easier to see the cage. So I did it purely for purposes of recording. But anyways, both of them look really sharp. I just got done watching the live stream in regards to this with Brandon and Josh. They reviewed the product. They talked about it. They've been working on it since about 2022, it sounded like. So like I said, it's been very hard, I guess, to keep it under wraps and not let anybody else know about it. And I did a good job. I never heard anything about it. So it went live today on their website at $499.99, and it's a ready to run, which means radio, motor, speed control, servo. They even have AA batteries for the radio, but there is no battery for the rig. So you will need to buy your own battery. It is a unique battery that fits in the side panel, which they have a unique system for installing the battery, which looks nice because a lot of caged rigs, it's very difficult to change out the battery. It looks like the side panels on each side, like where the driver is, each side has a pin that pulls out and the panel swings out. And on the back side of the panel is a battery tray with Velcro, and you secure it to the inside of the panel. You interlock the panel back in, put the pin through, and you're all done. So here's a little bit of a cutaway. They said it was a brand new chassis, brand new platform, everything that they designed from the ground up. They did design it around their VFD, so there's a VFD in it. It can be replaced with a VFD twin, they said, so you could add the selectable overdrive with the dig unit that's incorporated into it. You can also use the standard VFD that's in it and add the auxiliary Hertz dig that goes on the back that they sell separately. And they said there's plenty of room inside there for all these modifications. They talked about in front where the steering, it's an axle mounted steering servo. They talked about that there's room up front for a winch, even with the steering servo up front. They also talked about room in the cage area for a servo for the dig. And they even talked about having room for a rear winch if you wanted to. And another nice thing, they said they designed it with it in mind to take a second front axle, put it to the rear, and so you could have 4-steer. And the radio that comes with it's a 4-channel. So even if you expand it to 4-wheel steer, you won't have to upgrade the radio if you don't want to. They do have a plastic version of their new wheels on there, the Riots, which are a sharp looking wheel. And they do come with licensed Yokohama Geolanders in the red compound. It sounds like red is now their standard compound. They're not offering anything else. But it does have the single stage foams. So they said one of the better upgrades you could do to it immediately is add the 2-stage foams. It was designed in mind to be a trail rig. It is not meant to be a comp crawler of any kind. With enough modifications, you can turn it into that, but they do call it a trail rig. One of the videos I watched this morning, they talked about it being a little bit narrow and a little tipsy. So widening its stance might help a little bit. They also talked about adding some brass up front would help out a lot. They did sound like it was a fairly light rig, light in weight. So there's a look at the battery tray and how it swings out. As you can see right there. There's an action shot there. Good times. I ordered mine this morning, and while I was setting up to record, I did get my notice that mine is shipped already. And another thing I appreciate about Vanquish, usually, as far as my experience so far, they've never put anything for sale that they didn't have in hand. They usually only take money when they have product. So that's nice. So we are sitting we're sitting on Thursday before Memorial Weekend. I usually get my stuff from Vanquish in about 3 days, roughly, from California. And with Memorial Day, maybe I'll get it Tuesday, but probably by Wednesday for sure. And we will take it out in its stock form, and we will put it through its paces and see what it's capable in its stock form. Then maybe we'll do a tire change with brass and also widen it with the hubs and see how much of an advantage that we get. We're going to run it over our area that we do all our rigs, which is the state park that's got lots of rock formations. So I know it's designed to be a trail rig, but where we drive, we really only have rock. So we're going to test out its rock capabilities right away, and I'll put a video up on that. And there's the Yokohama Geolander. It does have a detailed interior, which is nice also. Driver cockpit, driver helmet, seat belts, detailed dash, all that fun stuff. There's the electronics, 4-channel radio, hobby wing. Let's see, 1080 ESC, 35-turn motor, 200-ounce steering servo, which is a little light. I mean, it's fine for an RTR. So I could see that being something you might want to upgrade as steering servo and maybe upgrade to brushless. But at $500 with all that stuff included, I'm going to run it as is right now and see how much we can squeeze out of it with minimal investment. But so kind of excited to see this. Hopefully we get a video up quickly. So 1/10 scale Geolander mud terrain red compound 4.75 by 1.9 axle ratio 3.75 to 1, 15 tooth pinion, 32 pitch, 56 tooth spur, overall width 8.11 inches, wheelbase 13.2 inches, overall height 7.8, overall front ratio 41.3, overall rear ratio 44, final drive 6%, or final overdrive 6% in the front. So they give you a little bit of overdrive, just like they did, what was it, in the Fordyce, I think it was. This is a similar gear ratio. The VFD will accept, and the gear ratio and the axle will accept all the modifications you can do on any of their other platforms. But like I said, it's not the VS410 in any way, shape, or form. It is a brand new chassis. It is a tube frame style chassis, but it's injected molded plastic. And they said the body panels are a hard plastic that's colored, so if you're to scratch it or something like that, there will be color all the way through. It's not a painted, or the color isn't in the decals. The color is all the way through the plastic. They did say the decals are kind of easy to remove, so if you wanted to peel them off and do your own customization, you can. They also talked about possibly releasing different colored panels in the future. The shocks are the SE8s, which is their standard shock nowadays. As you can see here, they've got this, they're trying to replicate the hydro-assisted steering like what they have on the competition rock crawlers. The servo is back here. It's a sharp looking rig. I'm a little disappointed that it wasn't more intended to be a rock crawler. It's more of a trail rig, because when I look at a rig like this, I want it to be a rock crawler. So I'm not disappointed yet, or I'm not planning. Well, we're going to go out with an open heart, and we're going to give her a fair shot, and we're going to see what's going to happen. I mean, but in all fair honesty, it's marketed as a trail rig, but we're going to see how capable it really is in its stock form. So excited to try it out, see what happens. Anyways, so what do you guys think about this? I think it's a good thing for Vanquish and for their future moving forward. I'm happy to see them come out with more product and have a more diverse line, because I really enjoy their products and I like to see them be more successful and grow their company. And I know a lot of us like the kits and stuff. I think they're gonna cater to us eventually, or again, I shouldn't say eventually. They will cater to us again. But right now, this is what they're focused on, because this has been a project it sounds like they've been working on for years. So it's good for them if it grows the company. That's all I can say about that. It's something they need to do. I mean, because now they're going to start being direct competition with like Axial, which, you know, they started out building aftermarket product to support Axial for modifications and hot rod and existing platforms. So, you know, they're going after the big boys now, and they're growing up to that level, and it's good to see. It's fun to see them grow. It's awesome. Wish them the best luck. Anyways, this is John from the Origin Factory. Once again, please do what you can to help us out. Like, comment, subscribe, all that happy fun stuff, and we'll talk to you soon. God bless. Have a great weekend.